Okay, welcome to video number 2 in this free workshop for the First Page Academy. I have a lot of stuff to get through in this video, guys, so it's probably going to get long. I'm going to try and move through this as fast as possible, but I do want to start with answering a couple more of these questions on here from the survey that I've sent out to my email list. So this video is going to focus mostly on keywords and how to take those keywords and turn it into content, and kind of um, a good overview of, like the template I like to use when I'm creating the content. And it's really not anything uh, like anything special. It's just a specific way that I like to do it that kind of guarantees that um, you're not only providing the user with what they want, but you're also keeping the search engines in mind too. So let's look at the keywords here first. How do I find easy to rank keywords? Um, that's actually like the whole purpose of this video. So over the course of this entire video, I'm going to answer that question. The next one is how to determine relevant keywords to build my content around. And I will actually get to that at the same time that I'm doing this, because when you're looking for keywords, what you're going to find are other keywords that are what Google and other search engines call um, like the relevant keywords around that, like the LSI keywords, which stands for latent semantic indexing keywords. Those are the keywords that the search engines believe to be relevant to the main one. So if somebody goes and types in how to keep squirrels away, uh, they're going to pull up a page that also is maybe about how to keep squirrels out of the garden, because it's the same type of thing, you know. So you'll be able to see how I get relevant keywords, and also how I try and find the main keyword to choose. So how long should the content be? Uh, the answer to that is as long as humanly possible. Any more, studies have shown that the first page of the results on the first page of Google are more than 1,000 words, and typically the ones that rank highest are more than 2,000 words. So the longer that your content is, the better off you're going to be in the long run. Now, as it's not as important when you're going after long tail keywords. So a long tail keyword is a keyword phrase that's at least 3 words or more. And the higher number of words you get up there, uh, usually the less competition there is, which also means the less amount of words you need. But on the safe side, I always like to pump out as many words as possible, because what's going to happen is you're going to start to rank for things that you don't even really try to rank for, because you have other keywords throughout that content that you're going to rank for. And that's kind of the beauty of doing it this way, is you're gonna end up ranking for a lot of stuff that you really didn't even plan on ranking for. How much content do I need on my site? Um, Definitely don't need hundreds or thousands of posts or articles, um, but I wouldn't stop at just 5. Now, not to say that you can't rank a website that only has 5 pages. You absolutely can, as long as those 5 pages provide the user with exactly what they need, and you lay out that content in the way that I'm going to show you in this video. But what's going to happen is it's going to take you a little bit more time to get that page ranked, because uh, people aren't going to stumble onto it as often, because you only have 5 pages on the site. It may take a little bit longer, but you don't think that you need 50 to 100 pages or more before you can start ranking. You don't. Um, the whole thing behind this First Page Academy is to really target your, what I call, money keywords that you want to rank for, that are going to make you money. And make a list of those. Make a list of them. Um, Put it in a calendar. Say, I want to knock out this article on this date. I want to knock out the next one on this date. So make it happen. But just hone in on money keywords that you want to rank for. What's a good frequency of posting? It's good to at least create something new, if you're uh, on like a WordPress site, I will, you'll see in the next video where I go over how to lay out your website, that WordPress is absolutely required for this. In my opinion, you don't need to have WordPress. Our freeplants.com site is still an old HTML site, but I'm not going to go to the trouble of changing all that over. But if you're starting from scratch, WordPress is just so much easier than doing it any other way. But I would always suggest that you post at least once a month just to keep um, some freshness and recency to the site. Uh, what type of content will rank my page? Just like percentage of image and video. Um, it doesn't really matter. Google likes to see images and videos, but if the image is not your own, if it's not 100% your own unique image, it's not going to help any, because if they've already pulled like a stock image, if they already pulled that stock image and indexed it from other sites and you put it on your site, that's considered duplicate content. And Google's opinion on duplicate content is not that great. Um, and it kind of makes sense, why would they want to rank something that they already have indexed by somebody else? So try and get as many unique images as you can, and then if you can, the more you put on a page, the better, as long as they're useful to the user. A lot of the stuff we do in like the gardening niche is how-to stuff, so it's great to take as many images as possible because it better explains the process that we're teaching people. What tier or quality level would you recommend for web pages that you want to rank when ordering articles from content sources like iWriter or TextBroker? Uh, it's a good question. And really what they're asking is when you go to like iWriter or TextBroker and you want to outsource your article creation, you have to choose a quality level for the writer. Um, you know, I've had success, finding people at all levels. The problem is the lower the level that you choose, the more work you have to do before you approve the content. You'll find good writers at lower levels because you get people from countries all over the place willing to write an article, a 500-word article for $3 and like iWriter. But it may take you 5 or 6 writers to go through that to find that one good one. But if you're in a hurry, TextBroker definitely has some better writers if you choose like a higher quality level. So I'm going to show you an article on our blog that I actually had outsourced through TextBroker, and it cost me about, I don't know, 20, 23, $24 for like a little over 1,000 words. So, and I don't remember what quality level that was. It might have been like a 2 or 3. I don't remember. I think they've actually changed the way that they score those writers anymore. I did this back in like 2014, 2013 maybe. But the best answer is the higher the level, the better the content you're going to get, obviously, and it's going to be less work for you on the front end. But if you got time on your hands, start low. Um, it's harder to review stuff and like deny stuff in TextBroker. You almost have to make the author rewrite it for you. As except with iWriter, you can actually just deny it and choose to never have that author bid on your stuff again and send it back into the pool to have somebody else write. So iWriter is easier for just dumping somebody putting the article back in the pool and finding more people. But I feel TextBroker has higher quality article writers if you're going to start at a higher level. Let's see. I'm going to actually get to the rest of those questions throughout the rest of this video. So let's keep moving here. The, One of the articles the article I was just talking to you about from our blog is how to keep squirrels away. And I paid somebody. I should have brought this up beforehand, but I paid somebody like $22, $23 to write this, and I believe it's about 1,000 words. And most of those are like between 1,000 and 1,200 words. And you can see it's a pretty in-depth article. We actually had somebody else write another squirrel trap project on a different page on our site, so we're linking to that too. And this is a unique photo from that page. But before that, this stuff wasn't on here when I first put this article on here. There was no images other than this one, which is, you can see, a Wikipedia image. So the keyword phrase that I went after is how to keep squirrels away, and SEMrush, or some people call it SEMrush. This is my absolute favorite keyword tool. I pay for the premium version because, as you'll see here later on, it allows you to pull tons of long tail keywords that have low competition, and it allows you to do it super fast. So let me get to the phrase match here, so I can show you why I chose this keyword and not others. So, how to keep squirrels away. 1,000 searches a month. But when you look at the search results, most people are doing how to keep squirrels out of the garden, how to get rid of squirrels, keeping squirrels out of the garden, keeping away from garden. So all the big companies are going after how to get rid of squirrels. Let's see, actually see, it's probably over here in the related keywords. See what those ones get. So how to get rid of, let's see, how to get rid of squirrels, 5,400. So that's higher. How to keep squirrels out of the garden is 1,000. That's about the same. I chose the how to keep squirrels away because at the time, again, this was 3 or 4 years ago. At the time, the competition wasn't as much. You can see over here, there's 374,000 results. This is how many competing pages there are online using this keyword phrase in their page somewhere. Now these results are estimates, and they're not 100% accurate, but they are consistent as far as like the ratio goes. So this one, since it's 374,000, is less than this one, is 419,000, but these numbers may not be exactly the same, but this one's definitely lower than this one, is really what it boils down to. So I chose this one because it's still got 1,000 a month. It's not a lot, but when you go and look back through that other spreadsheet that I showed you in the first video, that just that one article is bringing us 2,000 to 3,000 clicks. Um, it brought us 2,000 to 3,000 clicks in the last 90 days, even though it's barely getting 1,000 a month. Because, like I said, look at all these other keywords that are stemming off of that one. It's all how to keep squirrels away, from bird feeders, fruit trees, from garden, bird feeders, video, from your house, from plants, from bulbs. So when somebody types that in, what they're going to find is really the same exact results. These results aren't going to change, and we're usually ranked or on the first page every time. We jump from position 2 to 4 to 5, maybe even 6 or 7 for some of those keyword phrases. So we're getting clicks from uh, a lot of different types of searches, but they all stem back to that how to keep squirrels away. And that's probably another reason I chose that, because there were so many other variables from this one that if you take all those and add them up, um, it gets you closer to 2,000, 2,500 searches a month. And you can see that the competition's pretty low for most of these. So I really wanted to show you that for a couple reasons, just to show you, first of all, why you choose the longer tail keywords instead of how to get rid of squirrels, which, how to get rid of squirrels has the same amount of keywords in it, but it's a more competitive phrase. It's got higher searches, and uh, the results really weren't different, but the number of results weren't different. But you can't just look at that. You have to look at who's already ranking and what keywords are going after. So Bonnie Plants, I know, is a very, very big brand who sells plants all over the country. I know that they have a lot of authority, more authority than us, and they're gonna do everything they can to rank higher than us. Which, for um, this one they're technically not ranking higher than us because that page, how to keep squirrels out of the garden, Bonnie plants, page is actually way down here. The only thing is that they've done a great job on their website of bullet pointing these things, and Google loves bullet points, so they're pulling it out in a huge box and showing it in the first spot because it gives the user the quickest, easiest way to keep squirrels away. So that's another thing to note is if I were to go back and redo this page or make edits to it to improve it, which I absolutely should. You can see last time I updated it was June of 2015. I need to add bullet points and step-by-step stuff to help the user out instead of just keep them in subheads like this. So this is a very talk about the structure of the content. This is a very simple template that I came up with back when I was outsourcing a lot of articles for our site for on topics that my dad didn't have much input to add. He told me, he's mostly a plant guy. He knows stuff about plants. He does know some things about, keeping pests and stuff away, but um, when I showed him the list of keyword phrases I wanted to outsource, he told me ones he wanted to write, and then the rest of them he said go ahead and outsource them. So what I did back then, I put the exact keyword as the page title, and then it's also with WordPress it also puts it as the heading, which in WordPress this should be a like an H1 in HTML. Yeah, it's an H1. So the search engines like to see the keyword phrase somewhere in the H1, maybe even in the H2. These down here should be H2s. Really, I did a bad job with this one because you see it's H2. I didn't put anything about squirrels in these. So I'm really showing you kind of a bad template here. But what I would do now um, is I would go to this tool and kind of try to come up with another keyword. So you're almost finding you need to find the related LSI keywords and use those as subheads. So for this one, remove incentives. So remove things that the squirrels want to come to your yard to get. So there's probably a keyword I could find related to that. Things squirrels want to eat out of your yard, or remove things that squirrels. Even if I just add the word squirrel somewhere in this. So using squirrel repellents, um, using predator scents for squirrels. People are searching those things. And then, like I said before, if I could go through here and do a step by step, or make a list of. There's actually a list in here. I kind of just saw it. Um, so this what it's doing is listing different repellents. So I could have just done. So here's a number of repellents that squirrels don't that'll work for squirrels, and just do like a bulleted list, and it would pop up like that. So the template is really main keyword up at the top. And then the percentage that I typically used back then, and what I really do now is I don't really look for percentage of, how often to put this keyword in this article, uh, because I don't want to. I don't. don't want Google to be able to just look at all my pages and say, oh, well, they're optimizing every single page the exact same way. They must be trying to trick us. I don't like to make my pages the exact same every time, but I would try and put this in like 1,000 word article at least 3 or 4 times. So it starts with the main keyword. Um, I usually like to put uh, the main keyword within the first couple paragraphs. It's probably not in there because I didn't do other people wrote these articles, so I didn't really hold them to. You can see it's right there. I didn't really tell them, hey, I need to have that keyword up here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look through here just to make sure that I'm not lying to you. But I did have them, in like Text Broker, you can say this is my main keyword. I wanted it. You can choose a percentage, but I'm pretty sure I just said 3 or 4 times since I knew how many words they were writing. And because I don't want it to be stuffed, you don't want it to be stuffed in there. You can see this one is just half of the main phrase, but really the phrase should be in an H2 somewhere too. So I'd probably do like how to keep squirrels away using predator sense. That would be a perfect one to put right here. Because predator sense is probably a related keyword if you were to uh, to do research on the related keywords. And an easy way to do research for related keywords is to type your main one in, go to the bottom of Google, and Google tells you, hey, these should be related. These should be on your page somewhere, because people are typically searching for these when they're searching for your keyword. So you can see repelling squirrels is in there. So I've got repelling or repellents in there somewhere. So what I should have did, since it's repelling squirrels, I should have done repelling squirrels. Like 4 ways you should be repelling squirrels or something like that. But use the exact phrase that they're using. Don't change it to repel. Don't change it to repelled. Say repelling squirrels somewhere, and it should be these related keywords should be in a subhead. A subhead is something like this, what I showed you is an H2 tag. And in WordPress, you can go in and choose, H1, H2, all the way up to 6, I believe. And Google likes to see that because it keeps your content organized and easy to search through. Like if you're scrolling and looking for something specific. So you can see there isn't really a whole lot to this page as far as like I guess trickery, you could say. It's real simple, guys. I went to Text Broker, paid somebody 20, 25 bucks. They popped out this article. It's a little bit more than 1,000 words. I really just told them, hey, I want an article on how to keep squirrels away. And back then, I wasn't giving people much instruction. Now, what I would do is I would make my own list of related keywords like this, and I would tell them exactly the template I want them to follow. So I would say, hey, start with this keyword, um, and then do this keyword as the first subheading do this keyword for the next subheading, do this keyword for the following subheading, all the way down. I would go all the way down and tell them that. So it's up to you, because by the time you lay this out, you're already making the whole outline for the piece yourself. So it wouldn't be hard for you to do a little bit of research online and come up with the content that they came up with here. None of this is like rocket science. All they did was search the top listings in Google, and compiled it into one piece. And if you're already if you're already creating the outline with subheads like this, you already have the outline for the piece. You're not sitting there thinking, man, what do I need to write about now? All you got to do is go, okay, I need to go find more about using predator sense for squirrels. So you go to Google and type in how to use predator sense for squirrels, and you know read a brief article about it, write a couple paragraphs, move on to the next subheading. So you've got it's kind of like a real fast boom boom boom. You can knock out one of these articles in an hour or two, guys. So many people put off writing because they say they can't write. And I'm using air quotes in case you're wondering, because a lot of people use it as an excuse, and you're not writing anything. All you're doing is researching and paraphrasing. You're and people like people say, well, I don't want to copy off anyone, and I'm not adding any value. You are adding value. You're bringing you're compiling the best content into one central location for somebody so that they don't have to go and do all the research that you just did. All these other places, guys, they're not. Uh, if you were to actually go and look at these results, a lot of them are missing things. We're missing things. You just saw that. I told you like 5 or 6 things that I could do to improve this article, and I work on that stuff every week. I spend a couple hours a week just going back at looking at our old content and just doing what I just did and saying, oh man, we really should be up here, because this article up here is horrible, and it's easy to figure that out. It's easy to look at the first page results and say, well, they've only got 860 words. They're missing this keyword and this keyword. These guys only have 400 keywords. That's horrible. How are they ranking up there? They must have a couple backlinks. You can go and look at people's backlinks in SEMrush. Um, Guys, this tool will save you hours and hours of time and thousands of dollars in wasted time. It's such a great tool for this. But looking at, look at if you hone in on a money keyword that you want to rank for, all you have to do is look at the top 10 results, maybe even the top 20. If you want, print out every one of them. Go to their page, print out every one, set them on your desk, look at each one of them, and just circle or make notes on each one of how they could improve it. Do a word count on these pages. See how many words they are. Write it down on your printout, because what you're going to find is a pattern. You're going to find that everybody is ranking. Everybody that's ranking is ranking for a specific reason, and each one of them are missing things. If you want to to be on the first page of Google for a specific keyword, it's as simple as identifying your competition, identifying their strong suits, and identifying what they're missing, and creating a piece that's just better than theirs. Once you've created a piece that's better than theirs, you can go around to the people that linked to these people and say, hey, I just created a piece that's better than what you're ranking to here. You want to rank to mine. That's how you get quick backlinks too. And I'm jumping way ahead because I'm not going to talk about backlinks till video number 4, but that's how you research and beat the competition for a keyword that you want to rank for. This isn't just about knocking out content every day and hoping that it ranks, guys. This is a strategic process to follow to rank for keywords that you want to rank for. This isn't a hit or miss, spray and pray, I hope is what I like to say, is you don't just put up content and just, man, hopefully somebody finds it and hopefully eventually it gets to top page of Google. I don't like the word eventually. I like instant results, as I'm sure most of you do. With our gardening website, I don't expect instant results, and I don't even try for them, because I know it's a long-term game with that site. We content has been our livelihood for years and years, so I just created content and put it out there, and I know that it'll get ranked eventually, and I was okay with that. I wasn't in it for instant gratification and instant results, but for the sake of this training, and in the First Page Academy, I'm going to be doing a live case study of a brand new website, on a brand new niche, and I'm going to take it from zero, from scratch, and I'm going to build it up and show you exactly how to build it up, how to create the content step by step, how to go out and get quick backlinks to the content. And also, I'm going to do all of the research and all that for you in front of your eyes. And I don't have the time to do that in here. I'm already pushing uh, more than 30 minutes or more, I believe, in this video, but I still have a lot I want to cover. But it's a very strategic process. It's not just writing content. It's not just, hey, maybe try and do the title up here and paragraphs and then a call to action and stuff like that. It is a very specific process, but this is the general template. So, for those of you who are just waiting to get started right now, follow this template. Like, just follow what I said. Main keyword, couple paragraphs that pull the reader in. I didn't even talk about this, but the CTA, I'll come back to that. Related keywords as subheads that sub off a section of the piece, and the rest of your article is just subheaded sections of related keywords. That's it. It's that simple. And make it at least 1,000 words. If you're going to go to the trouble of doing it, I would love to see it 2,000 words. The more you have on there, the more you're going to rank for things you didn't even try to rank for. So back to the keyword. I'm sorry, the CTA, the call to action. I always try and put a call to action after the second paragraph, um, for a couple reasons. First of all, you can see I have a huge screen here, but I don't have to scroll to see this. I can see this on the what's called above the fold on my computer, and on a regular smaller screen, it would probably be cut off like right here, mostly because we have so much wasted space up here. I really need to make this smaller and bring this logo like way up here, the navigation way up here, and get rid of all this extra white space that would push all this content up, that would push up my call to action. But this call to action is going to get the most clicks out of anything on this page. And really, let me go to freeplants.com, because that actually has better examples for call to actions. So, nice, I spelled welcome wrong up there. No, I didn't even put that one high enough, but these are actually my favorite ways to do calls to action. Just blue hyperlinked text centered. This should be bolded, but I actually should have this like right after this. Well, it should actually be after the second paragraph, like I told you. I have a banner there, which is fine. These banners get good clicks too because these are good banners. But I do just love putting uh, just text call to actions, because people are already reading text, and this doesn't really stand out as an ad. It doesn't get blocked by ad blockers. There's many ad blockers online right now, and even in the browsers are starting to just add it as default options to block ads. And when it blocks ads, it removes all of my banners from my site, but it's not going to remove text. So those are great calls to action to use. And if you don't have banners, it's great. I would actually prefer you to use a regular blue hyperlinked call to action like this, and spend some time writing it, because it's really copy. If you're promoting an affiliate product, just go to the affiliate product's website and like pull the headline off of their sales page, because that headline has probably been tested for a long time and it works. So use that as your call to action. So that's the main template. I know I blew through it, and there isn't much else I can do other than to keep telling you main keyword, a couple paragraphs, call to action, and then you move into your subheads. And the subheads are the main chunk of the content. And what happens is you'll end up ranking for your subheads before you probably even rank for this one, because the subheads are related keywords, and the related keywords typically have lower search volume, but you will rank for those first. So, all right, so that covers the template of the content, how to write the content. I want to talk about now how to do the keyword research, um, and then also show you a list of keyword phrases I put together using this method. So, starting from scratch, if I were to just try and figure out what niche I wanted to be in, I would go to the ClickBank marketplace. This is actually how I put this keyword phrases spreadsheet together, which I'll show you here in a little bit. I just went to ClickBank, and if you just click on this magnifying glass without doing anything else, it's actually just going to pull in all of the products, starting with what they consider to be the most popular from high to low. And what I do is I like to go with a gravity of at least 1. That means somebody has made an affiliate, has made a sale recently with that product. And I like to pick uh, something that's probably at least 25. And what that means is that's how much you're going to earn as an affiliate. So that's this right here, average dollar per sale. And what I do is just go through there now, and you can actually go down and change any more of these if you want. So if you want to do find products that have recurring revenue, you can change this rebill total. You can see like this one down here has a good rebill total, $148 rebill. So your average sale is actually 96 bucks on the Yoga Burn one, because it has recurring revenue. So your initial sale, you'd make 33, almost $34, but because it's got recurring a recurring option, your average sale gets pushed up to $96. So that's cool. Anytime you can promote a recurring product, do it, because it's great. So I just go through here and kind of look at things that catch your eye. Things that you're interested in or never heard about and are interested in, or a lot of these on the that you're gonna find up top here are just huge niches. And it's fine to like diabetes. It's fine. You can go to diabetes and go and do some research on it, see if you can find some long tail keywords. But I just I was I spent a couple days going through here just because I wanted to experience it from somebody starting from scratch. And anytime that I go into a new niche, I do it the same way. But when I go into new niches, I know in advance really why I'm going into that niche. I've either done research on it in other ways, or I've heard or seen somebody killing it in a specific niche, and I'll find like a backdoor way to get into it. Which these long tail keywords are backdoors, huge backdoor ways to get into niches, because a lot of affiliates are too lazy to take this approach. If they can't if they can't rank for something that gets them like 30, 40,000 searches a month, they're not even going to try, and that's just stupid. You're never going to get to you're never going to rank a keyword that's 30 to 40,000 searches in a very overcrowded space, or a very competitive keyword. It's just going to take way too long. You're going to be sitting on the like fifth or sixth page of Google, and you're going to be getting like 4 clicks a month if you're lucky. But if you take the long tail approach, you could knock out 5 long tail articles, get ranked on the third, second, or first page of Google, and be getting a couple thousand clicks in a matter of a month. And that's very doable. So let's see if I can just find something real quick that jumps out at me. I'm kind of looking for one that um, is a good example. I've already passed through a bunch of these that I know are good. I just want to I just want to find something. Okay, this is a good one. It's kind of gross, but the yeast infection one is a good one. So what I do, so pay close attention to what I'm doing, because this alone is worth the price that I'm charging for the First Page Academy. I should be holding this. Most people would hold this back for the actual paid training, but I want to be able to show you guys what I do and how I do it, and not really keep that a secret. So when you start typing this, you're going to see a bunch of these keywords already popped in. But what I like to do up top is to just start with the generic broad keyword and make sure that the phrase match tab is selected. Now this tool, you can do so many searches a day, I think, for free, and then they'll make you sign up for an account, and it's not cheap. It used to be like 60 some dollars a month, and now I believe it's actually up to 100 a month. But I'm telling you that your first $100, you will get more value out of that than any other tool online. And Google's keyword tool anymore is a joke. It's a worthless tool. It's worthless in my opinion for keyword research, because they don't give you any relevant numbers. It's like a big range of numbers that it could be. They don't want to give you the numbers that you're getting like in here. So you can see I've got a total of 12,000 keywords here. And now in the free version, I believe that they only show you like 5 or 10 of these results. So in order to do this the best way, you're going to have to get a paid version. But again, if you're serious about this and you want to make a difference in your life, you just invest in yourself. You have to. And this is really one of the only tools that is necessary. One of the only paid tools that's necessary, other than obvious website costs like your hosting and domain and stuff, and maybe an autoresponder if you plan on building a list. But this is the only necessary tool that I feel is required. So, and I don't get any kind of kickback from them, or they do have an affiliate program, but I'm not gonna send you an affiliate link for this. I'm showing you what it is right now anyway. So the way to do this is, again, like I said, you're not ever gonna rank for these right out of the gate, and that shouldn't be your goal. Look at there's too much competition. I like to find in with this tool, like I said, their numbers aren't accurate, but inside of here, I like to find long tail keywords that are below 600,000 results based on SEMrush's number, and anything above 3,000 volume wise, to me, is something that is a money keyword. I showed you in the how to keep squirrels away. That one only had 1,000 a month, and we were getting a couple thousand clicks every 3 months, and that's great, because we've already honed in on our money keywords, and we're already ranking for those. So now I'm just looking for extra traffic anywhere I can find it, and that's what you do. But when you're starting out, start out and try and land on stuff uh, that's going to bring you some significant volume, and 3,000 a month is significant enough in my opinion. So here's how I find those. Go to the advanced filters, and oops, I want to change number of words greater than 2. That's going to find long tail keywords with 3 words or more. And volume greater than 2,999, so it's going to return results that only have a volume of 3,000 or more. And then the last one is results less than, let's do 600,000. So those are my three main criteria. It's got to have 3 words or more. It's got to have a volume of 3,000 or more. It's got to have less than 600,000 competing results. So now, when I hit apply, watch what this number changes to. Now we're down to 9. So these are mostly these are all keywords that are very, very easy to rank for. Now, I'm not going to say easy to rank. I shouldn't say easy to rank for, because when you go and look at results for symptoms of a yeast infection, what you're going to find are a bunch of like WebMD and Mayo Clinic, and you're never going to beat those guys. So the second part of this is doing the research of each keyword on the front of Google. So let's go click on this SERP listing, and you're just going to have to eyeball it. I hate using their stupid SERP listing here. So symptoms of a yeast infection. So just go to Google. Symptoms. I can't type. And I always put it in quotes because you're looking for phrase matches here. You're looking for how many websites there are online that are using that exact keyword phrase. And you can see, remember what I told you, their numbers aren't always accurate. It's 2.5 million, and they're saying, oh, well, that's why they're not showing anything there. So I've got WebMD, MedicineNet, Healthline, Everyday Health, Mayo Clinic. Yeah, I wouldn't even try this one because what I look for when at my, well, I'll probably show, I'll be able to find one for you because it'll be a good example. But I'm never going to beat those guys quick enough, in my opinion. Could I beat them? Absolutely. But I don't want to wait months and months to do that. So again, if I'm trying to find people to buy this product, this is yeast infections and candida, stuff like that. Is a dog ear yeast infection a valid prospect? Would they buy that product? No. It's going to be somebody like this one, men's yeast infection. So let's go over and do. So this is more like it. 13,000 results. So yeah, this is a lot better. See, these results are better. Anytime that they're ranking YouTube videos on the very top result, that shows you that they don't really have good content to put number one. They'd love to put the best stuff number one, obviously. If they're putting a video as number one, and what these videos look like crap too. Sorry if these are your videos, but it doesn't look like it looks like a marketer really. This is from 2009, so that's a really old one. I'm guessing if I were to go follow this bit.ly link, it would probably take me to that ClickBank offer. Yep. My internet is like jacked up big time today. So yeah, I was able to spot that one pretty quickly. And that's kind of another backdoor way to approach this is take the same stuff I'm telling you and do it in a YouTube video, and it's possible that you'll get ranked quicker. It doesn't. You're not going to stick longer with a YouTube video because videos bounce around so much. And like I said, it's kind of their last resort if they don't have other good content to display. Like these things are on here. If you were to take the time to go through these and look at the actual content, um, it's probably not good. And I don't want to click through these because I'm afraid of what pictures I'm gonna find. So it's probably a bad a bad example to choose, but um, anytime that they're ranking Pinterest pages, in my opinion, uh, Pinterest just is not a I don't want to say it's good content. It's just not a good user experience because some people don't have Pinterest accounts, and when you don't have a Pinterest account and you go to Pinterest, you get bombarded with pop-ups trying to get you to sign up, and that's not a good experience in my opinion. So when they're ranking a Pinterest result, to me they're hurting for good content to rank. And the same goes for this. When you got a Google site ranking, this is like marketing 101, like back in like 2007. Go to Google Sites, create a site about something, and it'll rank because it's a Google property. And obviously that's still working, and it's still working in a niche that in this example just doesn't have any competition. So this term is a great term to go after. It's a money keyword in my opinion. Um, and again, don't trust. Let me go back and look what they got. Look at that, 411,000 results for men's yeast infection. Now part of that is because I do phrase match when I go and type it in, and they're doing what they call phrase match because they're what they're saying is that, hey, I want both of these keywords to be in. It's got to be in the phrase, and it is here. But they're not. Their results are not phrase match. So when I go here, I type the keyword in quotes because I want to see phrase match for that keyword. And I like this to be 100,000 or less. I really like it to be 50,000 or less. And what this is they're saying that there's only 13,000 pages on the whole entire internet that are using this keyword phrase. So that's great. The lower that is, the better. So that's my process, guys. That's how I find huge potential keywords because this is where fast results come from. The guys and the girls that are looking for fast, quick, easy stuff, this is how you do it right here. You go to SEMrush, you do those three filters right there. So pause the video if you want to take note of those three filters. That's how you take it from 12,000 keywords where you're spending hours and hours trying to find something. You take it down to 9 with those three filters, and you'll find that some keywords this is just too much. It takes it to 0 immediately. So what I typically do with that is, I may change this up to 800,000, or even take it away completely and just do those two. But again, if you got results that are that high, it's going to be harder to rank for those. So that's how I find like massive ranking potential right there. Quick and easy long tail keywords. So if I were to go through the rest of these things, that one has 5,400 a month. So if I were to go through the rest of these things, there's just some gross stuff in here. All of these right here are all good. So what's that? 10,000, about 19,000, about 26,000, about 26,000 potential searches right there that I could nail, and those are all low numbers. So that's 26,000 searches a month that you could potentially have. You can have a whole entire website about nasty and gross yeast infections. But again, it's the kind of stuff that this is what lazy marketers won't do. They won't take the time to research stuff like this. So last thing I want to show you in this video is this keyword list that I put together in this little nifty little spreadsheet calculator thingy. So I'm not going to show you the actual keywords here because I did spend quite a bit of time putting this list together for myself. But I will tell you this: if you take advantage of the First Page Academy training that I will be offering at the end of video 4, I will make this list available to those students. So this right here is the keyword that I found. It is like a gold mine. Uh, 33,000 searches a month, only 700 results. So like right here, there's 13,000 results. This one only has 700. And this is in the weight loss niche, guys. And I found it doing this exact thing. I don't remember what I typed in up here. It might have been weight loss, might have been dieting, might have been lose belly fat, something. But I can tell you I found it doing that exact process. That is exactly how I found it. It's exactly how I found all of these. And I started all of these by going to ClickBank and saying, let's see, let's do more, or let me type in heartburn. And I would go and just type in heartburn, and then I would do these filters and see if there's any long tail keywords for heartburn. And if there were, I would say, okay, cool, 5,400 searches a month. Let me go look at their results in Google. And if the results in Google didn't have a bunch of big name authority websites there, and I saw, Google sites and Pinterest and like Facebook pages, sometimes you can see Facebook pages. If there's Facebook pages ranking in there, they're hurting for good stuff because Facebook pages give no useful information to people in a search result. But I found all of this stuff. So what I did, I think there's like 30, I don't know, 32, 33 results or something in here, keywords. So the total potential for me, if I were to write articles on all of these, and these are all, well, I'm sorry, they're not all. I don't know, either way, if there were, if I wrote articles on all of these, you see here's another one, 22,000, and there's 67,000 competing results, so it's a little bit higher. But if I were to do articles on all of these, I have a potential searches per month at 263,500. So what I did over here is I put together a spreadsheet, and I went and found the percentages of clicks that you can expect to get to your website based on the rankings that you have. So let's say I have a third, I'm ranking for in the keyword position number 3 on Google for my keyword phrase. Let's just say I'm ranking in the 3rd position for all of these. So I'm getting, what was that? 263,500. So if I put 263,500 in there and hit enter, it spits out a bunch of numbers for me. So if I'm in the 3rd, say I'm in the position number 3 on the first page of Google for all of those keywords, I'm going to get a total of 61,000 clicks because the 3rd position typically gets 23% of the clicks when people are searching. So what I did from there is, how many of those 61,000 are going to click through to my offer, meaning are they going to, click my CTA? And typically you can expect 10%. You can get that way better with good copy and good page layout, which I will show you more about in the next video. So I just a modest 10%, so I'm going to get 6,000 clicks to my offer, which if I'm promoting a product that pays me 30 bucks and I can get a 1% conversion on that product's page. So if I was promoting that yeast infection product, I don't remember what that was, 3504. So let's go back and change it to 3504. All right, so that bumped it up to $2,100, and that's with a 1% conversion on that ClickBank page. So let's just say that I was getting a 2% conversion. Now I'm making $4,300 a month. So you see how that works? And, obviously you're not going to get 263,000 searches right out of the gate, but let's just say you find a keyword that, gets you 9,900 searches a month. That's not bad, guys. $161 a month for writing one article. And that's month after month after month. And I can tell you right now, you can easily get 20% click through. Easily. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the next video. 20% click through gets you up to 300 bucks, and this is position 3 with some good backlinking that I'm going to show you more about in video 4. You can quickly get up to 2nd or even 1st for you know, long tail keywords that aren't as competitive. But even if you're at like fifth, $200 a month for writing one article or paying somebody, doing the whole outsourcing thing and paying somebody 25 bucks. Would you pay somebody $25 if it paid you back $209 every month? Absolutely, right? So how many times would you do that? I mean, even if you did it 10 times, you're paying 250 bucks and you're making 2,000 a month. So you can quickly see how lucrative this could be. And this is a cool little spreadsheet to play around with. And um, I'll try and see actually if I can like share this and make it available. And this is in iCloud. I'm not really very smart when it comes to iCloud stuff, but I'll see if I can share like this portion of the spreadsheet or maybe make a new one and share it with you somehow so you guys can have this. So, um, well, that's really all I wanted to cover in this video. I know it got really long there, but hopefully it was beneficial to you. If so, click the like button below, leave me a comment, um, and I will see you again in video number 3 where we will talk more about structuring the website and the best way to uh, lay out your website so that you get ranked and you get clicks through to your offers. So I will see you in video 3.